Alright, so here's the plan. We're gonna talk to Randy about Crossbell, then we're gonna get to Crossbell, and then I'm probably gonna talk a lot about Crossbell in Crossbell. You Crossbell?
I Crossbell. Give me 1 minute. I need to go make some coffee.
You're sure prioritizing this coffee making a lot lately.
I'm a helper.
But you're not ever drinking the coffee yourself, you're only giving it to me.
I'm just that altruistic.
Is that what it is?
Uh-huh.
Gee, thanks, Billy.
You bet, buddy. Speaking of tranquilizers, we're the Bittersweet Gamers?
Hey, Reed. Want to grab some coffee? Honestly, I'd prefer a nightcap, but I can't exactly be breaking out the booze with all the students around. If they weren't around, it'd be fine. Thanks for the offer, but late night coffee and an early morning is probably a bad combo. Also, there appears to be some funny thing going around with coffee lately.
Well, I can guarantee this coffee won't interfere.
See, that's why I don't want to take the coffee. Maybe we can go get another drink together sometime, though. Good point about the coffee. Yeah, Billy. I'm watching you. I'd love to go drinking again, though. Man, there's a ton of places here I want to take you to. There's this one, I was about to mention this one myself. There's this one casino bar I've been to like 1 billion times and basically live there. Not to mention all the others. Filled to the brim with an eye full of, shall we say, classy ladies. Well, okay. Maybe we'll have some time on the last day we're here. I don't know about those classy lady-filled bars, though. Come on! You're not a man till you've had a good place at a time like that.
I knew what you meant to say, it's fine.
Maybe I have been drinking a little too much coffee. Well, guess my old partner was still a kid in the same sense, so. He did seem like the serious type. Well, the thing about Lloyd is, he never had to go to a bar to find the ladies. I'm guessing with a baby face like his, the women would be all over him.
That's right.
You are exactly right. Thing is, he doesn't even make use of those looks of his. It's such a waste. Hold up, women all over him? You're one to talk! With a face like yours and that sharp black hair, you're playing on easy mode. Come on!
I agree.
And on top of all of that, you're some kind of national celebrity? I bet gals are falling for you left and right. You punk, you probably don't even notice. As I've said before, I do like how Lloyd most definitely did notice, and his response was always like, I'm not going to lie, this is kind of nice, but I'm not interested. Except for the person he was interested in.
Right.
Well, not really. People don't notice me much when I'm wearing glasses, though I understand that among a certain segment of the fan base, the glasses produce a more popular look. I'll have to take even more care not to stand out while we're in Crossbell. Maybe that's the real reason for the glasses.
What, like the Superman effect?
I'm sure the people here don't exactly have the best opinion of me. Why not? As far as I know, most people here don't really have any hard feelings for the Ashen Chevalier. Really?
Really?
Yeah, you were a student, and you showed up after the annexation, right? Pretty much the only thing you did here was put a stop to Calvard's invasions. Yeah, maybe they don't really like you very much, but they don't hate you either. Don't get me wrong, I'm not sure everyone's gonna roll out the red carpet for you, but I'd say maybe every 6 out of 10 people here like you. That's pretty good, isn't it?
Better odds than I was expecting.
Yeah, right? I'm not just saying this to make you feel better, Why would I lie to you, Reen? It's already been over a year since all that. I'm sure things have calmed down by now. If anybody represents the symbol of the Empire and Imperial occupation, it ain't you. I'm sure they won't start chucking rocks at you in the street or anything, even though Daymon was worried about that too, so don't worry about it. I wasn't expecting them to do that exactly. But seeing how Yuna's been towards me, I was prepared for a pretty icy reception. Uni, huh? Well, her situation's a little different from the average Crossbellan. Besides, she kinda acts like that towards everybody, haven't you noticed? I'd appreciate if you could keep an eye on her during your field exercises. I'm sure she's got a lot on her mind, you know? Yeah, of course. Well, what the heck? I actually feel a little encouraged now. Might not seem like it sometimes, but I got a good 3 or 4 years worth of wisdom on you. So what do you say? Let's get through this and look forward to having some drinks with some classy ladies on the last day. You got it. There's no way he's getting those drinks, and that's gonna be sad. I just hope that, like, he doesn't get, that Randy, doesn't get, like, horribly injured or something. Just seems like there's no way he's gonna get what he wants.
Yeah.
If there's any time on the last day, even if I had time, meeting up with Mireille would probably be a bad idea. Mireille? Is that your... Oh no, it's not like that. I say, completely lying through my teeth. It's like that.
Okay.
I know I've talked about her before.
Yeah, his girlfriend.
Yeah, it's his girlfriend. Maybe he hasn't realized it yet. I mean, sure, she's a woman, and sure, we're close, but I prefer less, difficult girls.
That is a lie.
Ah, I see. You are lying. Something seems fishy here, but, well, I won't pry anymore. I hope we actually run into Mireille.
Wasn't she an officer in
the CGF, yeah.
CGF?
This is a message from Dareflinger Car 1 for all branch campus students. We will arrive at the destination for our field exercises at 5:30 a.m. tomorrow morning. Please don't stay up too late. Make sure you get plenty of rest.
Toa's announcements are always so sweet like that. I guess I ought to go back to my room since I don't have anything else to do.
That's a good reason.
Huh. Last time on our way to the field exercises, we spent a lot of time talking to Claire. This time it was Randy. Well, I have the glasses on because there's no other way to do it.
I know, but it's funny every time.
Oh, guess we had one of these scenes last time too.
It's strange. I kind of drifted into Crossbell 3 years ago. Raised as a Jaeger, I was always going from place to place. Never thought I'd get all that attached to anywhere in particular, but...
Randy?
Well, Reen knows someone like that.
Yeah, it's been over a year for me. I need to prepare myself to come face to face with Crossbell. Maybe put this fear to rest. What, that's it?
I was expecting more too, frankly.
Orcus Tower in the background. I think the Rhineford building might actually be taller than that, but at the very least, Orcus Tower is the second tallest building in Zemuria.
Cool.
Oh, get a look at that! It sure is a big city. You could fit all the Jirai inside Crossbell City a few times over.
Goodness, I didn't realize it was that small.
Well, not only that, but Crossbell City, just the city itself, is, I believe, the third largest city, maybe the fourth largest city on the continent.
Dang. Why are you all so loud? Let me sleep a little longer.
Ah, Wayne, been hitting the late night coffee? At least he hasn't rolled out and hurt himself yet.
Don't jinx me. Wow, what's that super tall building?
Orcus Tower, haven't you been listening to me? I think it's called Orcus Tower, right, Yuna?
Yep, it's 250 arch tall, the tallest tower in the world.
Oh, good. It's still the tallest. I couldn't remember if the Rhineford Tower at the Rhineford building was bigger or not. At the time when they talked about it, I didn't really have any knowledge of Crossbell, so...
I'll be okay. I just need to get my head on straight.
Well, hang in there. I'm not gonna blame her for being apprehensive or acting moody or anything.
Especially because she's so mature about it.
Surprisingly.
Usually realizes she's overreacting.
Fairly quickly, yeah. Yep. This is Station Street. This looks the exact same, just 3D and not 2D. I wonder if we really are going to be able to go all through the city.
Jeez, took them long enough. I can only wonder how things will play out now that they're here.
Huh. Earlier, we were thinking that the only reason that things were going to get difficult here is because the branch campus showed up.
Uh-huh.
But guess there is something going on.
Maybe I'll go pay them a visit without telling Emma.
Why?
I mean, it'd be fine if she goes and sees Reen.
Yeah. I mean, she's acting like she's getting away with something under Emma's nose.
So I guess this chapter we're gonna have Emma and Machias, and, you know, maybe Eustace?
Maybe Elisa, I think.
Oh, no, it's certainly
opening.
Elisa, and certainly Elisa. So probably just Elisa, Emma, and Machias.
Because we absolutely need to find that woman.
Oh, does she also have a crush on Reen?
Let's not make this any weirder than it already is.
Okay, if Vita's here, then we'd very much like to catch up with her. What that means exactly, I don't know. Neither does anybody, really.
Yeah.
Even if it means splitting up. Yes.
Well, it'll be nice to see her. Celine, I mean, not Vita. Though Vita too, I guess.
That's strange. I thought I saw something over there.
Just kidding.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Looks like all the actors are arriving at their marks.
Oh, no.
But it's still not enough. I need to make my grand declaration only once everyone has gathered.
A grand declaration?
Yes, I'm concerned too.
After that, the Derflingers stopped at Crossbell Station for about 10 minutes. Once the supplies were loaded, it departed along the southern line. Halfway to St. Ursula? Okay. I'm really curious about the music, too.
Uh-huh.
If there's going to be any of the, like, Crossbell music.
Like mixed in, like a mix or something?
Yeah. I'll say the moment it happens. I mean, this is sort of similar, but... I can't imagine that we're not gonna be attacked.
Oh, of course we are!
Like, pretty much under the same circumstances, like declaration of war against...
whoever.
Clipping soldat feet, cannot handle slope.
It's okay, it's okay.
I'm surprised we were able to set up camp in a spot like this. Oh, by the way, the forest with faint monkeys is around here.
Oh, good. This line connects the medical university to the resort area in the south, right? Correct. The Ursula branch line. Constructed a year ago, it's already seeing use.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there wasn't a railway line here the last time I saw it, but...
This is a reserve line managed by the R&P.
A medical university? I wasn't aware there was such a thing here. I've never been to the resort area either.
Well, they're both pretty Crossbell specific places. I guess both places got way more popular after the railway line was put in.
Yeah, it's definitely gotten a lot more convenient. Though even before, there were always orbital buses and boats zipping around. I'm not actually going to talk about the place until we're there!
Makes sense.
By the way, about Class 7 special ops missions this time around, it'll be the same procedure as in Sutherland, right?
That is correct. We'll be scouting the area and performing requests on behalf of the locals. As before, you will also report to the leader of the local area regarding the start of our field exercises.
Not really looking forward to that. No. Right. Forgot about that.
But then...
The leader of the local area? If we reported to Lord High Arms when we were in Sutherland...
That means... Yes, the Governor General who oversees the province of Crossbell. Lord Rufus Alberea awaits you in his office in Orcus Tower.
Not looking forward to that meeting.
Boo!
Yeah, agreed. So we're going to meet with Governor General Rufus. I've never met him before, but the thought makes me nervous. Yeah, I can understand that. But we're already acquainted, so talking with him shouldn't be too difficult.
For real? He's supposed to be really handsome and smart. It sure isn't my type, though.
My impression of him is that he is extremely intelligent. However, I was only used for a short period of time, so I do not know his personality in detail. I like that. He was only used. You were used? Was this outside of your duties at the intelligence division?
Allie, are you really okay?
I have had a complicated past, but this is not my first game in this series. Of course, why do you ask? I was only ordered to perform various undercover assignments and arrest Duke Cayenne. Oh, arrest Duke Cayenne during the war, huh? Huh.
Should, you really be talking about that?
Probably not. Well, it was back during the Civil War. Let's just put that aside for now.
The Orion Family Special of Blabbing Secrets.
Once you're done getting ready, we'll head out. We're supposed to go down Ursula Road, right?
Yeah, it's a highway that runs along the lake. Judging from the map, we're not too far from the city. All right, guys, let's get going.
Okay, lead the way. Can you move, Yuna? Gee.
Oh, well, if it isn't Class 7, are you all headed out to Orcus Tower? That's right, we'll be moving out as soon as we're all prepared.
It seems some military finance students are doing the same.
Good eye, we're planning on being a much bigger part of this field exercise. That said, it's only our second time doing this, so we're still figuring out exactly how.
That's a good point. What additional logistics are they going to provide? Are they going to just sort of go out and get experience procuring supplies? I mean, I don't really know. Looks like they don't either, so... We'll have to make sure we're not shown up.
We're really gunning for you. Oh, that reminds me. The communications team will be in charge of gathering info on the VIPs.
That's true.
In addition to having a major impact on our field exercise, I think everyone's curious to know more about them.
Yes, very much. Yeah, I'll say. Thanks for keeping an ear out.
Hard to say if we'll turn up anything useful, though. We might not be able to sort through all the rumors and junk info flying around. Oh, by the way, Yuna. What is it, instructor? Oh no, do I have something on my face again? No, that's not it. I just wanted to say that I was a little nervous about going to Crossbell since it's such a huge city. But then I remembered that we'd have you to guide us and it didn't seem so scary anymore. So, thank you. I'm glad you're here. My pleasure.
All right, Louise, what do you want? Wow, Crossbell. It's been a while. It's been a while? I thought you were from Remiferia. Surely you didn't show up here just to visit the hospital like any good Remiferian or something, right? Did you come here on a trip? You don't even know why I said that.
Well, I know that Remiferia is renowned for its medical services. You've talked to me about it before.
Okay, well, there you go. Did you come here on a trip before?
Louise was living in Crossbell at one point.
Yes, because of my father's work. We stayed for 2 years. I left around 3 years ago. It was when I was about 13 or 14. Oh, I see.
Before I entered the police academy. It would have been cool if I had met you back then.
So true. We're friends now. If you were there for 2 years, couldn't your paths have crossed at one point? Yeah, that's true. It could have happened. This really takes me back. The year I moved here was when Michelin Wonderland finished construction.
I figured it would have been around longer than that.
It used to be a health spa.
Oh, okay, and then they turned it into a resort,
an amusement park. It's like it just sort of gradually became that, sort of due to commercial success.
Huh.
I came here with my parents soon after that. Oh, regarding Mishy the mascot, did you know his design was a little different in the beginning? It was less dumb looking. No, I like Mishy, but Mishy is dumb looking and specifically designed to be dumb looking.
Right, for kids.
Apparently it had to do with mascot trends at the time in Japan.
Huh, that makes sense.
No, I didn't know that.
The eyebrows were a little different, right?
Ooh, Yuna, you're so knowledgeable about Mishy.
I did grow up here, you know.
They call that one Retro Mishy now. That reminds me, my dad bought me a Mishy strap at the time. I took good care of it, but the Mishy part fell off. Sadly, they don't sell the Retro Mishy straps anymore. I sense the ability to do a quest. Oh, don't worry about it. So that Retro Mishy strap was important to Louise, huh? Well, maybe I'll go look for another for her when I have some time. Couldn't hurt.
Mishy merch.
Merchy. Crossbell, a land fated to be caught between superpowers since time immemorial. In fact, they're in a tougher position than Jirai was. In any case, maybe this would be a good place to... Oh! Hey, Class 7.
Did we catch you plotting? Hey, Stark. What was that you were just saying about Crossbell?
Oh, that? I'm just fascinated by it as a financial hub, being the son of a merchant and all. I'm thinking about getting permission to go and check out the town later today. Oh, is that so?
Well, if our schedules happen to match up, maybe I could show you around a bit.
Don't worry about me. I'm sure I can figure out my way around all on my own. If I get lost, I'll just ask the townsfolk.
There seems to be a lot more to Stark than we first suspected.
I assumed there was going to be plenty to him, but it took a long time before he began to show.
Yeah.
Most of the characters, like most of the students, have had a chance to be interesting. There's still a few of them that haven't really.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll get their chance.
It'll get there, though. There are plenty of people in Crossbell. You should be able to get by on your own. It's not that complicated anyway. Well, if you do end up going out there, just make sure to be careful. Yes, sir. Now what was that mysterious stuff I was talking about?
Suspicious stare.
All right, newspaper, deliver to us your wisdom. Well, I guess there's not really anything for me to pundit about this time.
I know you're so disappointed.
Nice shout out to Clara, though. She even obtained a last name.
How would you say that? Voce?
Voce is what I would
What I'm thinking.
Hey, I know this is totally out of the blue, but if you ever need me to upgrade your Divine Knight here at camp, since Mint didn't come along, just let me know. Miss Mint taught me. Oh, okay, but why you, Gustav? You're in combat tactics. I guess it's because I'm from a mining town. When I was mining, the excavator would break every so often. Over time, I maintained it, and I started to enjoy working with mechanical things. Oh, I see. Well, Tita and Pablo seem busy, so you can leave upgrading your Divine Knight to me.
I'm glad that you consider yourself third place.
I mean, amazing that he somehow came up with the ability to make EX orbs, whatever that even means. But I still have a lot to learn, and there'll be plenty of trial and error, but I'll do my best. I really appreciate it, but odds are I'm never gonna take advantage of your services, because the moment something is available to buy, I'll buy it right there. I mean, no offense. I hear that there's a district in Crossbell similar to Calvard's eastern quarter. I would have liked to visit it with my mother if she were still alive.
Oh, that's right. Your mother.
Yes, she died of an illness 2 years ago. She was a proud Easterner and loved her people's culture. I established the tea ceremony club in her honor. Oh, I see. I may not be able to go out to the city until I finish everything. For now, I need to focus on the field exercises. Just don't get caught up with suspicious criminals. These are our second set of field exercises. Our first field exercise camp was attacked, and BSG expects that this one will be too, and it caused a lot of commotion, but...
Yeah, but this time we're in my hometown. If someone tries to start trouble here, I'll stop them no matter what.
Yuna.
What is it, Jessica?
No, sorry, it's nothing. At any rate, let's both do our best.
Yeah, of course. I guess this goes without saying, but the field exercise camp is on the outskirts of the city, huh? The entertainment district, the general store, Orbital store, and East Street. There's so much to see in Crossbell. I'm so jealous of Kurt.
I've said it before, but just so you remember, we don't play around on our special ops missions. Whatever free time we have is basically grinding Sepith and U material. So the Governor General can't go one stinking minute without sticking his stinking nose into our stinking business, huh?
That's a lot of stinking.
Do you already know Governor General Rufus, Randy? Yup, personally. I'm not surprised by that. There's this very big blank of time where I have no idea what happened here, and I would very much like to know, but I can easily see how the SSS might have been very much a subject of interest to the brand new Imperial government. The young, high and mighty Governor General with Crossbell caught in his vice grip. I've seen his skills firsthand many times. It's no wonder he's the Blood and Iron Chancellor's right-hand man. Yeah. Not only that, he's the leader of the Iron Bloods. Even for the people of Crossbell, he must be a substantial presence. Governor General Rufus. His actions during the Civil War were surprising, to say the least. I was close to him back then, but even I never thought he'd become the Governor General.
He really is something else.
Yeah, you got that right. What the hell are we supposed to do about a guy like that? Oh, no, my bad! Forget I said that part! Randolph Orlando, ceasing criticism of the government, my employer! Ha ha ha! Uh-huh, yeah, no problem.
You're not convincing anyone.
At any rate, I got a job to do. Here, not in there. And I will be damned if I won't do it. Don't get yourself too worked up out there, Uni, alright?
I'm not a kid anymore, Randy. Don't worry so much about me. You totally should worry about me.
I'm really curious if it's gonna look the same.
Wow.
Kind of. Yeah, and there's that place out there.
What a scenic place. I had heard Crossbell was just one big metropolis.
Oh, there's all kinds of nice places.
Well, once you leave the city, you get this. Just like Erebonia, really.
Yeah, very good way to say that. Just like Erebonia.
Right ahead of us is Lake Elm. They've got pleasure boats set up to go around it. Way down there on the right, you can just make out Michelin. It's a famous resort area. Finally, on the left over there, is the International Trade City itself. Crossbell City.
Oh, that is the IBC building, isn't it? So they actually repaired the thing? That's good to see.
Oh, the one on the right? The smaller one? Okay.
Yeah.
It certainly is beautiful here.
I'm very curious about what's going on with the International Bank of Crossbell.
I never came to the outskirts when I was here on my missions.
Well, Well, since we're here now, might as well enjoy it. Shall we head off to the city now, Instructor Reen?
Yeah, let's get going. Does it seem as though she's acting a bit strange?
She's pushing herself too hard.
Yeah, but let's leave her be for the moment.
Just let her do whatever.
By the way, did anyone bring our horses?
Those were, the Marquis of High Arms horses.
Darn!
Do you know something about those ruins in the water?
Oh, yeah. The locals call it the Happily Ever After Shrine. They say that couples who say their vows here will be together forever.
Yes, very romantic.
You don't actually understand, do you?
You just said that because it sounded like something you should say.
Fishing spot located.
A fishing spot? I would have thought it would have been scenery.
Why can't it be both?
There we go. Wow, you can see pretty far from here, like we kind of already talked about. A matchmaking shrine, huh? I'd like to know more about its origins.
Instructor Reen, by any chance, are you thinking about someone right now?
No, not at all.
Uh-huh.
Submerged ruins in Lake Elm. Maybe I'll take a landscape photo for Vivi.
It finally feels like I'm home.
Now entering Crossbell City.
Nostalgia! I spent an entire 2 games in there, man. 2 whole games!
I can't even imagine the amount of attachment you must have to it.
I think it's been pretty clear throughout the LP, frankly. And I'd be doing the same thing if we were running around in Liberl.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Ah, those stupid buses.
Why you gotta hate on the buses?
That music, it's ominous, you know?
Makes sense.
My, there are a lot of new buildings here. It's quite different from Heimdall.
Oh, that's what he meant by new buildings. For a second I was like, no, I'm pretty sure this looks farking identical to the way that it did before. Oh, you meant it's not old buildings.
Like the architecture design, yeah.
Orcus Tower is particularly impressive.
It's kind of frightening, really.
There may be plenty of new buildings, but we've got a lot of historic ones too. Since Erebonia and Calvard used to govern this place together, it's got influences from both countries.
Makes sense.
I imagine so. That large bell there is rather impressive too. And there are quite a few orbital cars on the road. It's just what I'd expect from one of the most cosmopolitan cities in Zemuria.
I'll leave the bells alone. Won't say anything about that.
Finally seeing the light, huh? I don't think anywhere in Erebonia is a match for this city when it comes to modern technology and orbital cars.
Well, there's a lot of cars in Heimdall, though. You're right. Perhaps, but the capital also has plenty of orbital cars. No, I didn't just get that from Daymon. Quit looking at me like that. The main streets are always so congested. The only way to get anywhere is to take the trams.
Well, you're stupid.
Population-wise, the capital is 880,000 and Crossbell is 530,000. In terms of modernization, Ruhr is a very technologically advanced city as well. No place, no city, I don't care what they say, is as advanced as Crossbell. Oh, but we're not trying to say Crossbell isn't great or anything. Oh, look at the cars driving around, getting in the way. Ha 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 ha. I'm simply saying, if you compare the cities by one aspect at a time...
Why can't you just be impressed? This is the center of economics, international trade, and culture for the whole western half of Zemuria. We've got the best technology in the world here, including the orbital net. Heck, we've even got orbital air conditioning all over the place!
That certainly is impressive. Wow, look at that store. What a building.
Don't patronize me.
It's true that not many places have implemented the orbital network, and no place has implemented it to the degree that Crossbell has.
What? You got something to say too, Teach?
No!
Exactly! Do you think I'm being childish?
No, I think it's great. You're right, this place is special. In terms of technology, economics, and history. Once we start going around, they'll understand soon enough.
Oh.
Good point. This music is just so miserable! I'm looking forward to it.
Anyway, don't we need to see the Governor General? We need to go to the Orcus Tower.
All right, let's head north to the administrative district. Yep. And that big old rant's the same.
Good God!
This place, the plaza outside of Orcus Tower, looks the same.
It looks like a giant cannon!
250 yards. It's taller than I expected. I suppose this place must be quite important. Volume-wise, the Volflame Palace is bigger, but in terms of height, this building is the tallest in the world.
Yeah, but I hear it has a ton of empty, unused floors in it.
If I remember correctly, that's mainly for security, but not every room had a purpose.
What do you mean security? So invaders would have more to go through to get to the important offices? Something like that?
Something like that. Just like how when it comes to vehicular armor, empty space, as in nothing,
yeah,
is actually kind of like a strength. Unused floors help thicken the place up, but you know, there is actually extra space that can be used.
I wonder why there's so many people running around here first thing in the morning, though.
Isn't that normal? It's probably because of the inspection team.
Oh yeah!
That is kind of why we're here. Most likely. They're to arrive just past noon, right? Yeah, we'll need to find out how this affects their special operations missions. Let's go talk with the Governor General right away.
Yeah, I guess.
Move out. Wow, they're actually cutting us loose?
Quick, turn around and try and leave!
No! Bad! Man, I just see random people and I want to start talking about him. It's gonna be like that with just about everybody. Man, I remember where he used to hang out, and then he started hanging out in the plaza in front of Orcus Tower. He's like basically just like a low-level government bureaucrat.
Don't make me bust out the coffee again.
In Crossbell? No way. So I guess I should mention something else about this place and why it exists, and why it's kind of miserable to have Rufus, of all people, in it.
Why Orcus Tower exists?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, the only reason that I really dislike Rufus so much is because of the Ironblood thing.
That's a good reason, I feel.
Anyway, Dieter Croix paid for it to be the new City Hall of Crossbell entirely out of his own pocket.
Dang.
Well, I guess it might have been funded by the IBC, but like I said, it was just supposed to be the new seat of government for Crossbell. And then a lot of businesses moved in.
And then everything went to hell.
Well, then Dieter became mayor. This is where the trade conference was held. Actually, quite a lot of really important things happened here. I have really mixed feelings about Dieter. He was a really idealistic guy, and I don't think he was wrong about everything, but there were he had very complex views. Well, I'm not gonna blather on endlessly about Dieter Croix at this point, but it just really doesn't sit well with me to have Rufus up there. And these guys. I'm not just going to sit and barf out the plot of 2 whole games, but do you know how much these people have had to deal with? Now they're called the military police. This is the 4th or 5th major restructuring in the last, 3 years.
Good lord.
They have been through so much. I want to say that in terms of individual soldier quality, just due to experience, if nothing else, the CGF, or whatever they are these days, the military police, I guess, those guys are beasts, man. On an individual level, they probably exceed the individual level of most other militaries.
Well, that's one of the things I like about Trails, is that the army and people like that aren't schlubbos.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I really appreciate that.
Yep. This is Orcus Tower, all right. Wow, this place is amazing. In terms of both technology and expense.
Well, it was built by the richest person in the world.
The former president of Crossbell, as well as the CEO of the International Bank. Daymon was talking about him. It was Dieter. You're from the Thor's Military Academy branch campus, correct? Yes, we're Class 7 Special Operations. I was told you'd be visiting. Please accompany me to the elevator over there. Or whatever I said. Sometimes it just doesn't work. Yep, I remember this hallway. Oh, Billy, the hallway's the same. Weep.
It's okay, David. The hallways can't hurt you here.
It's just the continuity is impressive, you know? The Governor General is waiting in his office on the 20th floor. Now, don't expect me to remember what was on the different floors. Because I don't.
It's okay, it's okay.
It's not my first time seeing it, but it's still breathtaking. I'm sure the view from the top is even more impressive. It certainly is something. There's no view quite like this in the Empire.
Is that so? Crossbell's changed so much since this tower was built.
Oh? Yeah, everything was a lot different. Really?
A mayor popular with the people declared our independence at an international conference.
For darn good reason. The trade conference was the most infuriating thing. It was Osborne and President Rocksmith of the Republic literally sitting around kicking about everybody from the smaller nations and just dissecting Crossbell. I mean, considering that that the Empire and the Republic have always kind of been tense to the point where more open military conflict is breaking out, they just work together perfectly.
To screw over Crossbell?
In terms of, in terms of like how best to project their authority. It was like Liberal and Remiferia and Crossbell were like just protesting everything. But the thing was, is you couldn't really argue too much with what Osborne was saying. It was really impressive, and it just made me want to beat my head against the wall.
Or beat Osborne's head against the wall.
And it's not like Dieter was like, oh yeah, I'm tired of you people complaining at me in the middle of this conference. Just for that, I'm gonna declare independence. Okay, what actually happened was after a point, Dieter kind of shut up. He wasn't really a politician. He was a manager, and he was really good at, like, his skills were management.
Right.
But he was really good, like a really inspiring person that had a whole lot of charisma. Anyway, he actually just shut up. After a point, the bullying just made him shut up in the conference, and he just kind of like sat there quietly to himself while the previous mayor, Mayor McDowell, was the one kind of doing the talking when it came to Osborne and Rocksmith. And then at the end, Dieter very quietly and thoughtfully said, you know, I think we're gonna declare independence. It wasn't a big dramatic thing. Then he put it to a referendum. The people of Crossbell voted on it.
Right. So he didn't just arbitrarily do it because.
But now the problems came after the vote, okay? But he didn't just do it for no reason. He didn't just do it because. He didn't do it without authority, and he didn't like do it super ultra mega dramatically. Things in Crossbell would also have been completely different if Osborne and Rocksmith hadn't beaten Dieter Croyce around in that place.
Then he went to war with both the Empire and the Republic.
Yeah, this was really where the problem was. It's not like it's not... By the way, I'm not pro Dieter Croyce, don't get me wrong. But I think it's important to keep what actually happened in perspective instead of going off of propaganda. And the stuff you got in the papers in Cold Steel, that was Imperial propaganda. Something else about Dieter, you have to understand that previous mayors were useless.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone liked Mayor McDowell, and Mayor McDowell was a great mayor. But the problem was Congress was just utterly gridlocked and blatantly corrupt, and it was hard to get anything done. When Dieter swept in, he just started solving problems. I mean, he swept in to an election, he won the election, the previous mayor really supported him, and the previous mayor also straight up worked for him afterwards to try and, like, help with the transition because Dieter wasn't a politician.
Right.
Like, Dieter was really popular. He started going to areas where there was grift and corruption, calling it out, and getting rid of it.
That sounds like a good idea to me.
It's like you have to understand that everything that you see of the guy is really good. He looks really good. One of the reasons he was popular is because he was very anti-corruption. He did something about it, and his philanthropy knows no bounds. In Zero, he puts his own life on the line to help out the SSS.
Oh, that's pretty impressive.
But then, like Yuna said, there was the whole, now I'm gonna project my power outward that I got from Ouroboros, and well, this is where everything breaks down.
If he hadn't done all that, we'd still be...
Yeah, and he'd probably still be the mayor, too. Not that didn't have some issues. Were he still the mayor, there would still be a couple of very important issues underneath the surface that are really important. It may not have ended so well. In fact, if he hadn't have done that, the ending might have been the same, except that the police would have looked a lot worse for getting rid of a really popular mayor.
I see.
I see. My apologies. I neglected to do my research.
Well, it's all in the past now. Let's hurry and go meet the Governor General.
Yeah, let's go.
The Governor General's room is through the second set of doors. Please proceed down the hall.
Understood.
Let's go.
Well, here we go. Green and the others were checked for security reasons. Afterwards, they were finally led to the Governor General's office.
Pardon us, Governor General.
Ah, yes. Do come in.
I still think that it is significant and does speak well of Erebonia that Yuna is here and is allowed to be here and, you know, is allowed to pilot a Soldat.
Right.
I'll give them the due that they've earned.
It's good to see you again.
Excuse us.
Yes, it's nice to see you both again, too.
Also, obligatory DC Douglas is awesome.
He is.
Though I think it's my first time meeting the other two. I am the Governor General of the province of Crossbell, Rufus Alberea. It's a pleasure to meet the new Class 7 of Thor's branch campus. It's been some time since I last saw you, but I can tell at a glance how different you look. You've definitely gotten taller, but more importantly, you've really matured.
Thank you. Though I'd have to say Eustace has changed even more than me.
Is that really the case?
Yes, so I hear. Speaking of, you seem to have changed as well.
And you haven't changed at all, Governor General. My height is approximately the same as it's always been.
Allie.
I don't think that's what he was talking about.
So tactless.
Granted, your blunt manner of speaking hasn't changed. It seems you have some good friends now, though.
You know, in Trails, there are not that many characters that die. Rufus is responsible for killing one of them. I just remember feeling like, remarkably sad for Vita's familiar Grianos. I think it was because everything happened so fast. It's like at the end, when Rufus showed up, Vita was in danger, Crow had just died. Class 7 and Vita hadn't figured out how they were going to resolve the current situation they were in. Osborn shows up, then Rufus does. Grianos, her bird familiar, goes immediately to try and protect Vita, and Rufus just goes pow and kills him right there. And for some reason, that made me feel probably more sad than I perhaps should have, but it always stuck with me as kind of like a shocking moment.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you like Celine, why can't you like Grianos? Just because he didn't talk.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he isn't really portrayed as much of a character like Celine is.
Well, sure, but maybe he would have been if he would have spent more time over there.
Fair point.
Grianos is in all these pictures with Vita.
That's true.
Anyway, enough of that.
It's an honor to meet you, Your Excellency. I am Kurt Vander, the second child of the Vander house.
Ah, yes. Your father has helped me out a number of times in the past. It's unfortunate you didn't join the main campus, but I'm sure there are valuable opportunities to be had at the branch campus as well.
Thank you.
And you are...
Una Crawford.
Okay, very good. Kindly don't blow up on Rufus.
Originally from the Crossbell Military Police Academy. I transferred to Thor's branch campus.
And she did say Crossbell Military Police Academy instead of just a Crossbell Police Academy.
Oh, I've heard about you. You're acquainted with First Lieutenant Orlando and Second Lieutenant Seeker, correct?
Seeker?
Noelle Seeker. I'm really hoping that we'll run into her. We may run into Noelle and Fran.
Further, Major Rievelt was the one who recommended you to the Academy. I'm sure you've gone through much lately, but I think you'll find your new school to be a good match for you. I believe it is a good blend of the perspectives of both Erebonia and Crossbell.
Yes, I'll do my best.
No, good job, Una. Good job. All right then, I'll make my report now. Green reported to Governor General Rufus that the branch campus had begun its field exercises.
Very well. I pray to Adios you find success. I'm sure you're already aware, but an inspection team will be visiting from the Imperial mainland. Despite the fact that we've raised our security level to maximum, I yet have my concerns. The Society has been active, and a cryptid has suddenly appeared.
Oh no! And for that matter, what is the Society doing here? I remember thinking before I couldn't come up with any reason for them to be here, and a cryptid.
Is that?
What is a cryptid?
We're not really sure!
Yeah, I have no idea what a cryptid is! But I do know that, they appear around pleroma grass.
Oh yeah?
You used to be able to find quite a lot of that around here. I feel like I've heard the term before. Cryptids are extremely powerful monsters with mysterious powers.
You get lost quartz from them though, so they're pretty cool.
And they appear from out of nowhere. During the Civil War, a number of them appeared around the Empire. Showing up in Crossbell now? Or rather, they were showing up in Crossbell first.
Indeed. It seems one was spotted just the other day on the mountain pass to the north. But I'm told this isn't the first time they've appeared in Crossbell.
That would be correct. On the mountain path to the north towards Mites? Okay, there's a tower over there.
Have you, perchance, heard about them before, Una? Yes, I didn't know they showed up in the Empire too, but I heard a few of them appeared after the Declaration of Independence a year and a half ago.
There were actually a couple that were like random encounters.
Really?
You only fought them the one time.
But they were just kind of wandering around like a normal monster?
Well, they're in a fixed place, but they don't always appear.
Oh!
I remember, well, the thing was, is I was just wandering about, and I was like, is that a cryptid just standing there? Well, if it's standing here now, then I'm supposed to fight it, I guess. And I fought it with like a party of 3, but really it was more like 2.5. I had no idea I wasn't supposed to, but it's just that I got super lucky running into it. I see. But why would they reappear now? For that matter, why do they appear at all? Could it have something to do with the society?
Given their actions in Sutherland, they should most definitely be our top suspects. I hope I can ask the branch campus to be on the lookout.
Understood. I'll relay your message to the others. Do we need to investigate the cryptid on the mountain path as well?
No, that one has already been defeated. I'd like for you to investigate other areas in which they've been seen.
Already defeated? It's as if you're saying that there are very powerful people hanging around in Crossbell. I don't know what is up with the SSS. I'm sure that they've been disbanded. Maybe just temporarily disbanded. I have no idea. It could have been something like Lloyd's gang. I'm sure Dudley is still, well, I mean, maybe you'd call Dudley part of Lloyd's gang, but he's still in the 1st Division Police. He should still be a high-ranking police detective, however it's structured. There's Risha Mao.
There's plenty of capable people who could take on a cryptid.
I don't know what's up with the Bracer Guild in Crossbell. I know what it was, but I don't know what it is now. If they're not still here, because I know that Wenzel ended up leaving and going back to the Empire, but there were a bunch of powerful bracers here, and then I guess sort of wandering in the wild, probably being wanted by everybody, should be one Arios McLean. Was it the Imperial Army's doing?
No. A certain wanted fugitive took care of it.
It was Arios McLean. Wandering about, but any poor cryptid that gets in his way ain't gonna last, so...
Oh.
A wanted fugitive? Instructor Reen, yeah.
However, it wouldn't do to keep relying on a wanted man to clean things up for us. Therefore, I expect good news from all of you in regard to this task. And with that, I bid you all good luck, Ashen Chevalier and members of the new Class 7. Understood.
After that, Reen and the others left Rufus to his preparations for the inspection team.
Oh, before you go, a small bit of news from Lecter. It seems there's a possibility the Society's witch is here in Crossbell.
So I've gathered from characters that we have not met. Really?
They've traced the radio recordings back to somewhere in Crossbell. It could be a false lead, but the Intelligence Division is looking into it.
Understood. I'll be on the lookout myself.
She's a difficult woman to deal with, so do be careful.
If there's anybody who she would deal fairly with no conditions attached...
It'd be Reen.
Yeah.
Also, it seems like you've been in contact with Eustace recently.
Yeah, mostly through letters and oral messages. We haven't seen each other in a while since we've been so busy.
I see.
What do you mean? Have you not talked with him since...
I haven't.
I'm sure he doesn't really want to talk to you at all.
We can speak about my younger brother when the opportunity presents itself. Though I'm sure we'll have much more to discuss besides just him.
Understood. When the opportunity presents itself. All that went a lot better than expected. There wasn't as much latent hostility as I was worried there might be.
Yuna could very well have been, overwhelmed by Rufus's presence.
Yeah.
He's gotta have, a sort of commanding... maybe not commanding.
No, he absolutely does.
Commanding conveyed a different emotion than what I was trying to convey, but he's definitely got a presence.
It's also when Yuna ran into Cedric, she was like, and who the hell do you think you are? And then everyone was like, Yuna, no, it's Prince Cedric. And she was like, what? Okay. And she just shut up, and that was the end of that.
What were you talking with Governor General Rufus about?
Was it about Eustace Alberea? Yeah, more or less. Eustace. He's Governor General Rufus's younger brother, correct? He's the acting head of the Alberea Dukedom, which oversees the Croydon province. He's also a member of the Old Class 7. I see.
Jeez, is everyone from the old Class 7 some mega hotshot?
Yes.
Even that Elliot guy is the son of some bigwig in the Imperial Army, right?
Yeah, like I said, yes. Though we may not measure up to the allies that Fugitive has helping him. Like I said, I had no idea what was up with the SSS. Lloyd and Risha make sense. Shut up! Okay. I've been wondering. You seem to have an idea of who this fugitive could be.
But of course, he's the true hero of Crossbell. He beat down an evil cult and arrested the dictator mayor.
Excuse me?
We call him Crossbell Batman.
Or I do, anyway. Unlike previous protagonists in Trails, when Lloyd and the SSS confronted the Society or quite powerful people, they actually beat them up then and there.
Before the annexation, the Crossbell Police Department had a division called the Special Support Section. The man we're talking about was its leader. He and the other members overcame so much together.
Is that a freaking wolf?
Yeah, that's Zeit, the police dog. He may very well still be with Lloyd. So at the far left is Wazzy, who is amazing, then Randy, Tio, Ellie, Noel Seeker, who's actually part of the CGF, but transferred in temporarily, and then their police dog, Zeit. Do you understand?
Oh my god!
Their police dog.
Well, that makes perfect sense when you take into consideration that, like, Jaegers use battle cougars, like blade cougars. So if the police utilize something like that, it would make sense that it's a big beast of an animal, right? I feel like there's something I'm missing.
I really freaking like Lloyd, by the way, but everybody, this is Trails, everybody's cool.
Yeah.
The reason that I liked Lloyd so much, he bothered to think on his own, and he didn't blather to the player about what he was thinking, so he would put things together and then not tell the others. And then the time would come and he'd be like, you know, I've been thinking, but I actually think that the answer to Big Mystery is this, and here's my evidence for why I think that. And it's like, oh, he's right.
And now he's a fugitive in his own home, Lloyd Banning's. Instructor Randy was a member of the SSS too, actually.
Instructor Randolph worked alongside someone like that? So if this man is a fugitive, what has he done?
Been unhappy with the Empire, and more like the Empire is probably really unhappy with him.
Did he resort to terrorism in an attempt to free Crossbell?
Depending on your definition of terrorism.
Don't even joke about that! I mean, sure, he's in hiding now.
You say hiding, but the fact of the matter is, if Lloyd were to wander up to a citizen of Crossbell, they'd be like, oh, Mr. Bannings, can I help you with something? And go put him up in their house and lie about it to everybody.
Right.
Like, who do you think they're gonna side with when it comes to them versus the Empire?
But he's just trying to help Crossbell get its freedom back.
Glad to hear it, bro. Glad to hear it.
Not to mention, he's helping people in trouble and hunting down cryptids. There's absolutely no way someone like him is a criminal. He and his friends are the ones in the right.
I fully believe that.
He certainly seemed like a just person. Yeah, he couldn't be farther from being the dangerous fugitive they've painted him as.
Wait, you both know him?
Yeah, we fought him back before he was branded a fugitive. Each of us refused to back down, but in the end, he came out on top.
Thanks to some lucky feeling.
It was fate, Billy.
Oh, fate, right,
That was what happened to you, was the lucky fate. The weight of what he was shouldering, his flawless teamwork, Risha having stealth. I told him it was a tie at the time, but looking back, there's no question I lost. Well, I beg to differ.
Huh. You get it, Instructor. There's no doubt he and the rest of the SSS are Crossbell's true heroes. Way more than a certain chevalier I could name.
Yeah, they're Crossbell's heroes, and Reen is something of the Empire's hero?
Don't you use your logic on me, buddy!
But that doesn't change the fact that he's a criminal. Punch.
Yeah.
Punch. Punch. He ain't no goddamn criminal. Like I said, I don't see him as a criminal at all. Though the Governor General certainly seems to. But he would.
Yeah.
I know you don't want to hear this, but don't even think about going to help him out, okay?
I know that. Even Randy's holding himself back.
Randy may be some kind of insurance against Lloyd.
That would make sense.
Something of a hostage, sort of.
So I'll give these special operation missions my all. Since Randy isn't allowed to go anywhere, I'll help lessen Lloyd's burden for him.
Well said, Yuna. Well said. Yuna, you're certainly energetic all of a sudden. I'm glad to see you finally returned to your usual self. I agree. But that is strange. And that was Kia on the left, and then Arios in the middle, and on the right was
Risha.
Risha, yeah. Lloyd Bannings. I heard he's on the run with that girl. Even if he gets help from the Divine Blade of Wind, or Yin, that is to say Risha. That's Risha's...
Like assassin codename?
Yin is a legendary assassin from the East who has been around for generations.
So just sort of assuming the name?
How long can he keep running like this? As long as there are people in Crossbell?
Yeah, basically. He has all the support he needs.
He'll win eventually. Because he always wins in the end.
You seem to have a very high opinion of him.
I do have a high opinion of Lloyd, yes. It's good of you to notice. Okay, my god, that's enough, we're done.
This episode certainly had its ups and downs. Get it? Because all the elevator rides?